Do you know that a beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset? Good morning and welcome to your morning breakfast show on the Unity Station. I am Aisha Kyari Sharif and thank God it's Friday. And now to our cookery segment, my favorite segment. Well, we have something special for you, pizza sandwich. Let's find out.
This is Dr. Innocent Okwe, and today I'm going to be making a wonderful meal for my family. One of the things I've really got to enjoy about this lockdown is being able to give us the opportunity to have family time. So this morning I'm doing one of my favorites. It's actually a bread pizza, and we just have the basic ingredients here. We have freshly baked bread, sliced bread though. But one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off the edges from the bread to remove the brown edges. Then of course we have sausages. We're using chicken sausage. You can use either chicken or you can use beef sausage, but I'm using chicken sausage. So this is mozzarella cheese. You can get this anywhere in any food shop in Nigeria. Then of course we have a margarine. Then we have fresh eggs. We have a mayonnaise, and also we have liquid milk. And these are just the basic ingredients. No salt is needed for seasoning. You might ask me why. Because the cheese itself is very salty, and the sausage too is very salty. So any additional salt is going to just blow it out of proportion. So no salt at all is needed because both ingredients here are very, very salty in of themselves. So this one now goes over. So now at both sides, there's nothing on this side here, and there's nothing on this side. That's where the egg comes in. So this is what gives you the reach. So now we go to the fire where we already have the pan preheated. Once you have the pressure applied a little bit now, the cheese goes into the melt mode, basically. Then you keep flipping every now and then until you achieve your golden brown. So you hold it down with a little bit of pressure, so you can flip again if you want. Now you can see the golden brown, what you want to achieve. So this is awesome, and trust me, it's a meal you want to have when you have enough family time, like a glue basically. You can see. So here we are, and this is good already. We already have the first. This is bread pizza.
If you're just joining us, this is Good Morning Abuja on NTA Channel 5. Well, today being Friday is our safety day, and safety is paramount on our roads. Unfortunately, year in, year out, we record crashes on our roads. Is this on the decline? Why does it happen in the first place? As usual on Friday, we have the Sector Commander, FRCFCT Command, Ochi Oga Samuel, who is in a position to tell us that. You're welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, in your experience, sir, what do you consider a road crash? Is it a full-on accident or a bumper-to-bumper?
Okay, when we talk of a road crash, we're talking of an incident that happened that is unfortunate on the road.
Yes, sir.
I want to use that word because it encompasses a number of things.
Okay.
Unfortunate incidences that happen, involving vehicles and other things on the road.
Okay.
That is what we normally refer to as a road crash. Sometimes people will refer to that as an accident, but if you look at the circumstances, you will realize that accidents happen without our knowledge.
Yes, sir.
But road crashes are issues that happen as a result of actions or inactions of people that use the vehicles, and that is why we refer to them as road crashes. So road crashes are issues that can be avoided, but unfortunately we allow them to happen because of our actions or inactions on the highway.
Oh, it has to go somewhere.
That is why I say actions or inactions. Sometimes you are hasty,
Yeah.
sometimes you behave in a particular way that leads to a crash.
So, what are the major causes of the road crashes?
Okay, for us in FCT, yes, if you look at what happened in August and you compare that with what happened in July, you will say we are doing a little bit better because we have
So
some
it's,
little level of reduction in crash.
it's
decreasing.
decreasing.
It's decreasing. I just needed to say that, but we are not comfortable enough. You are asking of what leads to crashes. Let me give you the scenario in the FCT.
Okay.
FCT today, the major reason why we have crashes, and particularly fatal crashes, is because of overspeeding.
Yes.
That is the primary reason why we have the primary cause of crashes in the FCT is overspeeding. There are still some other ones, but that is the major cause of crashes in the FCT. Now, if you're looking at other issues, and you look at people beating traffic lights, we have many of these crashes happening at traffic light junctions.
I experienced
So
one
you
last
notice
week.
that it's one of the reasons why crashes also happen in the FCT. And then closely related to that is use of one way.
Okay.
People passing or driving against traffic. A number of times when this happen, we also it result to crashes that are fatal.
Yes.
So these three principal reasons are responsible for crashes in the FCT.
Okay. In other countries, sir, there are speed limits everywhere.
Okay.
So, is it possible for it to happen here in Nigeria?
It is already happening in Nigeria. The emphasis actually now is on fleet operators, those that convey larger number of passengers. That is commercial vehicles. You are mandated by law to install speed limiter in Nigeria.
Okay.
And like I said some time ago, we have achieved a reasonable number of compliance in the FCT. All the fleet operators in FCT, I can say about 70 to 80% have complied with this directive.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, we know the crashes that we're recording, happen mostly within the FCT. People that are just flying maybe from Nyanya through to the town and things like that. So those commuting within the FCT as a result of probably the fact that we have good roads, and then we are not taking cognizance of the fact that lives are involved. We have these challenges on the highway. Of course, we still believe that with time, these vehicles that are not under that level of compulsion to install speed limiter for now may be brought in eventually.
Okay. So, in case for people who witness such road crashes, and then for someone who is unfortunate like myself, that it actually happened to me last week Thursday,
Very
and I'm
unfortunate.
still having the whiplashes effects on me. So what should we do? What's the first step to do?
Okay, for those that probably you are on the highway and you saw a crash, you witnessed a crash, the first thing is to call our emergency line.
Okay.
That is the first thing. Please, there's a crash. I receive that every other second. There's a
Okay.
crash, so place. Give us the description of that place, and of course, we'll move our ambulance to that location. We have the ambulances all over the FCT. We have 12 points within the FCT alone that can respond to every emergency on the highway.
Okay.
And no, it's primarily because management of traffic crashes is very important. It is not
Yes.
the issue of just rescuing somebody from the scene of a crash. It's the management of the situation at the scene that makes a lot of difference. There are instances where, because of the concern, the general public will rush to the accident scene, and at the end of the day, you compound the problem because you don't have the know-how to manage that situation. So there's a need for us to get involved, and so that we manage the situation very well. We don't allow a situation where what could have been properly managed now deteriorate to that person having a permanent disability and things like that. So please call us 112 122 as the case may be. And if you have my own personal number, still call my personal number and we'll respond to that emergency to remove the victims. Now, what are the other things that you need to do apart from calling the road safety or police or any other agency that can come in? You must also make yourself available.
Okay.
There are instances where we have several number of victims, and the ambulance may not be able to carry every other person at the same time. But goodwill Nigerians make themselves available, and then we, as a result of that, be able to evacuate the people at the same time. So that
Okay.
level of assistance is also required. Sometimes we notice that, unfortunately, those that stand around to watch when a crash occurs,
Yes.
what they are interested in is probably to take the pictures, send it on the social media and all that, which of course is not encouraged. Do the right thing so that lives can be saved.
Okay. So before we let you go, sir, a word of advice to the general public.
For the general public, let us use the road wisely. Let us have the understanding that the road is meant for us and others. Other road users are very important. If you beat traffic light, you are likely to cause a crash. If you are driving against traffic, as we experience in some parts of the FCT, you are going to be a danger to other road users. Whatever you do that will lead to to a crash or lead to the inconvenience or discomfort of another person is likely to cause a crash. Let's avoid that so that we can have a peaceful road use within the week.
Okay. Sir, another thing is, you know, these days we don't usually carry our phones. We have earbuds in our ears, and that's another way of distracting the driver.
Okay.
So, is there any penalty for that person?
Okay, use of phone for whatever reason while you're on steering is not allowed. It's
Okay.
against the traffic regulation. And whether you're making contact with the phone for any reason, you are likely going to be distracted. And if you're arrested for use of that phone, number one, we're going to give you a ticket, you pay a fine to the
Okay.
government. And not only that, you will be made to go through what we call a medical evaluation test. So you go through to the hospital. We have four hospitals in the FCT that are carrying out that test.
Okay.
National Hospital, Federal Medical Center, Jabi, or Gariki Hospital, or the one in Metama. Those are the four hospitals that will allow people to go to do that test. If you come back and probably will notice that some other things had resulted, of course, we refer you to other appropriate agencies for purer or more detailed evaluation. So these are the things that are involved. So you are not supposed to have contact with your phone while you are on
Well,
steering.
a lot of people will tell you it's an emergency call. And
Unfortunately,
it could be an emergency call at the same time, which is,
emergency
yeah,
crash, emergency crash.
crash.
That is the more reason why emergencies shouldn't be taken while you are on a very serious business. Rather, we advise that you pull off from the road, take your emergency call. I've given instance of an emergency situation that led to the death of twins. That person had not given birth for over 12 years, and God blessed him with 12 twins. And he said he was picking an emergency call. It happened here in the FCT, just by the Abacha barracks, the Mogadishu barracks that people call Abacha barracks, and then the twins were lost. So we must be responsible enough. Don't pick the call while you are still on the steering in the traffic stream. Make sure you pull up the traffic stream and then you pick your call. You can receive all the shocks and absorb all the shocks after you are pulled off so that you can take care of that emergency while you are still alive.
Okay. Yes, definitely. Another thing, sir, in the case of the crash,
Okay.
how can you identify who is at fault? At times the crash will happen and no one is owning up to it.
Well, we are professionals, and not only that, there are laws and regulations guiding whatever thing that happens on the route. Now, for instance, if you run, from a lower traffic stream to the larger traffic stream, you are expected to give way to the owner of the route.
Okay.
Where you fail to do that, of course, if there's a crash, you know that you are responsible. In issues like that, we can settle that on the highway. But where it becomes difficult for us to identify who is responsible, of course, criminal issues are handed over to the police, and then we expect that the police will take it up from there. So we have that robust relationship with the Nigerian police, where issues that have to do with contentious issues on the highway are handed over to them, and they are properly handled. There are instances where there is the need for us to also further go to the court, and issues like that will also be sent to the court, and the court will settle.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you for
Thank you
coming.
very much.
Well, you've had from the sector commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, and you've had him. Safety is our number one thing here, and then they're here to help us do the right thing, and then you reduce your speed limit in whatever cases, and stop using your phones on the way. We'll take a short break and the program continues. You're welcome back to our program. This is Good Morning Abuja on NTA Channel 5. Well, if you're as busy as we are in NTA, I think you would like to take off groceries off your list with the rat race we have here. And as a woman, I know it's not easy going to the market every day. You would love somebody to do that for you. And today in the studio, we have Husseini Salawuddin, who is into that kind of business. You're welcome to the studio, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Mr. Husseini, I am a woman.
Of course.
And actually, I love going to the market.
Okay.
But with the kind of work I do,
Okay.
at times it's so difficult for me to do that. So can you explain to the viewers what you do?
Okay. The name of my company is Farm Gallery Limited. Farm Gallery Limited is an e-commerce company whereby we try to deliver groceries, that's
Okay.
tomatoes, vegetables, meat, to our customers
Okay.
at home. We bring it to your doorstep. We understand the fact of how busy some of our mothers or sisters actually are, so we try to reduce the stress. Let me
Okay.
give you an example. A woman working in the bank, she goes to the office as early as possible, 8 o'clock, and she closes maybe by 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Before she decides or before you start thinking of where to get tomatoes from and the rest. So it's going to be difficult for her. But at Farm Gallery, we try to make it very easy. So
But can I call you at any time?
at any time you can call us.
At night?
At night, you can call us at night in preparation for tomorrow. Not
Okay.
necessary to do
Okay.
that night, but you can call us at night to prepare for tomorrow. You don't even need to call. You just send us a text message on WhatsApp, and we process your order and we deliver it to you the next morning.
Okay, so what made you start this kind of business?
Okay. First of all, I would like to mention I am a chartered accountant.
Wow.
I just got inducted some months ago,
Okay.
about on May, and I was working with the company before. It was a construction company, but I'm a kind of person that I'm very creative. So I get bored sitting down on the table with papers and dealing with papers. So I would like to quench this, as in I would like to quench this test of my of creativity. Not actually quenching it, but to boost it.
So you like moving up and down.
Yes, I am on the go. As in I try to set a goal and achieve it. So that was one of the reasons I started the business at first. But other important factors of why I started the business was because I understood the fact that the e-commerce in agriculture in Nigeria is not really good.
Okay.
If you compare to other countries like United States or United Kingdom, they have different kind of companies trying to see how they can deliver best to their customers.
Yeah.
You have something like Amazon Food. You have something like Fresh Direct. What it does do is that as a customer, you just order and they bring it to your doorstep in the next 2 or 3 hours. So we want to do the same and want to do better. And one of the other factors too is that competing with other countries,
Yeah.
one should have a competitive advantage. Amazon, for example, now is one of the biggest company in the world today. But we as Africans, we as Nigerians, what's our competitive advantage? Our competitive advantage is agriculture as a whole, because we have the land, we have the fertile land to be able to plant and grow.
But do you have a farm where you get this things, or do you source it from other
So
people?
basically, for now, we source from farms and also from the market.
Okay.
Okay, Farm Gallery has its own farm, but it's a
Okay.
very small one. It's just for growing vegetables and the rest.
How long has this been going on?
We registered the company fully on May, and we started operation on the 12th of July 2021 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not more
Baby
than-
steps.
Yes, baby steps. So we are trying, and it's also to point out to the fact that we as youth, we can do more rather than waiting for the government to provide jobs for us.
Okay. And then what's the response of the public?
The response of the public, let me start from my home, my family. It was that, yes, this is a good thing that we need to encourage,
Okay.
so you can be independent,
Okay.
not necessarily dependent always. And for friends, yeah, their friend is starting a business. This is a cool thing. And for customers, yes, they are also happy because this is an added value to the economy, in the sense that, for example, when you order potatoes, Irish potatoes,
Yes.
we don't only deliver the potatoes, we can also peel them for you.
Oh.
Yes, your
Making life easy for the
yes,
woman.
making life easy. So we can also blend your tomatoes for you, peel your
Really?
garlic, peel your ginger, just to get everything very easy for you. So we are also adding value to the food sector in Nigeria. So the public, they are really, they like it, but some of them have the love of going to the market.
Somebody like me?
Yes. So you want to pick it yourself, you want to touch it yourself.
Yes.
Yes, but sometimes you just need to sacrifice and strike a balance.
Because I have this thing of, not that I don't trust. I like to see it for myself,
Yeah,
what I'm buying.
yeah.
So I don't just call and then you bring anything for me. So I have to trust you.
Yeah, yes.
So how do I trust
I
you?
understand. So with Farm Gallery, your first order is going to determine whether you're going to continue being a customer with Farm Gallery or not. So when we will appreciate if you give us a chance, an
Okay.
opportunity to deliver the first order. So with the
Okay.
first order, you can determine, oh, I'm going to be a customer with these people. Because when you get it fresh, so the trust begins from there. So we are going to be transparent, the source where we're getting it from,
Okay.
and also the delivery process is also going to be transparent.
And then another thing for a woman to ask you to buy things for her,
Yeah,
especially now,
yeah.
it's about the rate, the money rate. How different is your own from the market?
Okay, it depends on the market. For example, Farm Gallery Limited is located at Kubwa. We just
Okay.
have a store now, so we are operating from Kubwa and delivering to everywhere in Abuja.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, if you can compare the prices in Kubwa, may be lesser than that of Use because it's in town, but the prices of day market could be lesser than that of Kubwa. So
Definitely.
it depends on the location. When the main the wholesalers, we might call them, or the farmers, when they bring it to the market, take it to the market like day. We're talking about fresh products
Yeah.
now. So most fresh products are gotten from, as in they're taken to
Yes.
day before now distributed to
other places.
other places. So in day, the prices might be almost similar, In places like Kubwa, the prices might be a bit, maybe by 1%
Yeah.
gross margin. And so on and so forth. Because we're also going to be considering the delivery fee. As
Yes.
for every location, we have a delivery fee.
Okay. And then how effective?
Is the delivery.
Yes.
So, as a startup, it's quite difficult to have a delivery or a logistic department.
Okay.
So the thing that we did was to partner with existing logistic companies that have the capacity.
Okay.
So currently we are partnering with one logistic company called the Umaride.
Okay.
Yes, with Umaride has significant capacity in delivering some of our items. So they
Okay.
have a lot of machines and they also have a car. So
Okay.
we partner with them to see how we can be effective in that same way. Yes,
Okay.
even without having a bike.
So, what is the general challenge you're facing right now?
Yes.
Starting up something new.
Yes. Number one is the issue of e-commerce in Nigeria as a whole. In other countries like developed countries like US and UK, the rate at which e-commerce has gone is about 60%. But for us in Nigeria or African countries, it's just about 1 to 2%.
Okay.
So people have not really accepted, or they
Yeah.
are not totally, they have not trusted the system of the e-commerce.
Okay.
So one need to convince them the more that yes, it's okay. We'll select the right thing for you. We'll get it to you at the right time. And then whatever you're going to get is at a reasonable price. Because that stress of you going to the market, we want to eliminate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one of the challenges.
So, are you guys online?
Yes,
Or it's just a
we are
phone
online.
call and the SMS?
We are online, so you can get us on Instagram, Facebook,
Okay.
and currently Farm Gallery is working from home.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
but we are effective in the sense that everything is available. The freezer, the freeze, the fridge, the freezer, everything is available.
Okay.
So you can also get us on WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp catalog
Okay.
whereby it's just like normal catalog you see on website.
Okay.
It shows the item, the prices, and also the size of the
Okay.
item.
Okay. So
Yes.
before we let you go,
Yeah,
a word
okay.
of advice to the young people as a young man?
Okay, the major advice is that we should not wait. We should not wait for the government to provide scholar jobs, to provide jobs for us. In the past, the poverty level might be is not maybe not as high as what we have now. That was because our parents or every family usually had maybe a farm or work that they're doing. But now almost all families don't have like a business of their own. They're either working for someone or working for the government. But it's a high time the youth accept the fact that there are no more jobs. We need to create them for ourselves. Even though you are a chartered accountant like I am, or you are a doctor, or you're someone else, you just need to have a side hustle to make sure ends meet.
Thank you so much, Mr.
You're
Hosseini.
welcome, ma'am.
And I hope it goes a long way for you.
Thank you very much.
And I'll give it a try.
Okay.
I'll give it
You're just
definitely
welcome.
give it a
You're
try.
just welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. We've been speaking to Mr. Husseini Salahuddin, Farm Gallery. Please check him on online and see what he does. We'll take a short break. I will be right back. With this, we come to the end of our program today. And good morning, Abuja. And I know you also know that safety is paramount to everything. We should try to avoid road crashes on our roads. And another thing is, I think I'm going to take a tick off of my schedule by going to the market and buying groceries. Farm Gallery is here to help us out. Well, we should help them grow. And this brings us to the end of our program on Good Morning Abuja. Join us, same time, same station. I am Aisha Kari Sharif.